Is AI taking over once and for all? Music people, how are you? I am Prophet Drama. It is time to talk about AI. The key word all of us music people have been reading and hearing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And the big question everyone's talking about is AI taking over? Udio is a website where you can make music, generating it with AI, utilizing prompts to create sounds, guitar riffs, melodies, full songs even with lyrics and vocals. Parts of songs. It starts off with a 30-second chunk and goes all the way as long as you want. You can add sections, add outros, add intros, all that jazz. And the real question everyone's asking, is it replacing us, the human spirit, and me, and you? Here in the video is where I'm going to show you some examples of me collaborating with AI. That's probably for someone specific that's not really me, maybe like Probe Demon or something. That's an instrumental. It'd be like a SoundCloud rapper who goes on YouTube and downloads a beat. like, what's the difference? This definitely sounds like the robots are taking over. Okay. Huh? I just feel smarter after listening to that. This is just some really good acoustic guitar, man. Sounds like a beginning of like a Bob Dylan song. But here's the thing. I don't hear a lot of acoustic-based guitar musicians making stuff this good. So it's hard to not defend this when you can use it as a creative tool to come up with something really creative.
My brain is frazzled, make the music stop! The world is fucked.
And when you see these 0.1, it's because it comes up with two different versions, and then you can choose to extend one of them with further prompts, being instrumental or with a vocal, and it will make 0.2, 0.1 on top of whatever you add to it. Now, as someone who's performed, recorded, toured many moons, achieving the UNC status within the music communities, I can say I have been working on music with AI, utilizing it. Shh, don't tell anybody. There's a lot of sounds in my head that I can't always make. And I think that's where there is a creative tool here where you're almost able to use it as an instrument. Think, for example, somebody using like a laptop to make music. Someone like Skrillex back in 2008-ish or whatever. And changing music forever. Someone like JPEG Mafia, who produces a lot of really crazy music, utilizing sampling, live vocals, non-live vocals, sampled vocals. So when you kind of put AI into this conversation, the real question is, how can you use it? Because there's haters. Let's be real. There's so many haters. And yes, back when I was an arrogant 17-year-old, I would also be one of those haters. I would have been one of the peoples that said, no, how dare you? You're not playing real instruments. This isn't real music. And from many of the comments that I've seen across Udio's keyword, is sort of like people aren't being able to tell the difference between the two. Between a recorded song with vocals from Udio and like a band, like a country artist or like a metal band. While I was researching this, I kept having this eating thought and feeling that I've been feeling before finding out about AI music, which has been music kind of sounds the same. There's only so much you can do with music, right? Well, if you think back to your heroes, if you're like a rock dude and you think back to like rock legends like Pink Floyd or Led Zeppelin or Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, the thing that they did was push music forward They were forward-thinking artists, and they made new music. I'm going to shoot to one of Jim Morrison's last interviews where he said this.
Like 10 years ago, what they called rock and roll was kind of a blending of those two forms.
Blending.
I guess in 4 or 5 years, the new generation's music will be, it'll have a synthesis of those two elements and some third thing that'll be entire. Maybe it'll be, it might rely heavily on electronics.
Now, he might have been very high, but was he telling the future? Was he predicting AI? The world may never know. A lot of the bands and musicians that have been hating on this, it's like, it boils down to the same kind of feeling of when I've been listening to a lot of music, which is, just sounds regurgitated. Just sounds pretty mid. As much of an a-hole thing this is to say, it's like, stop making mid music then. They're saying, oh, well, we don't know like what it's being programmed or learning off of to make these royalty-free samples. And, well, it's learning off of all the music that it can learn from. And when you take the majority of modern music, whether or not it's revivalist, it has guitars and drums and things like that, that's what it's learning from. When most music sounds pretty mid, it's gonna come up with those things. Some metal bands sent this guy Rick on YouTube a song that they made as a band using Udio. And they were like, yeah, we can't even tell the difference. It sounds just like us. Well, stop making mid music that AI can just learn from and regurgitate because, I don't know, make something better. Now, I know that seems kind of judgmental. I only have like 100 listeners on Spotify. But I am very confident in the fact that I try to make new music and different styles of things. And I don't put myself in a box unless it's for like a purpose of trying to create something new. And I think we're in an age where we can actually learn from feelings like this. I mean, I'm a big fan of Prince, and Prince performed a lot of most, if not all, the instruments on his albums with also a lot of his band members. So who's to say someone couldn't make all the instruments in their songs and then use AI for different parts of their songs? Udio has the ability now to upload audio into the platform and then have it react off of it, which I personally think is really cool. It can help an artist achieve sounds that they wouldn't usually come up with on their own. Almost like a different band member that has their own influence and their own style, with those styles and influences being the prompts that you give it to give back to you. Now, I will have a collaborative AI album coming out soon. I tend to find within the stereotypes of a musician archetype, there's a lot of people that just like talk smack and don't embrace change, and they're purists because that's how they were raised. Music and art within itself is sort of infinite, so who are we to judge that? Instead of just using it as a tool to make something new, like our heroes, like people that we would love. Maybe Pink Floyd would have used Udio. Who knows? I don't know, but you also don't know. But let's rejoice, let's talk about it. Let me know what you think in the comments. I have been your philosopher, and you have been the philosophies, and together we will always communicate and try to move forward. And thank you for letting me watching me do this with my hands. And here's another video you can check out, and we'll be talking to you soon. I've been Prophet Drama. You've been beautiful. Bye.